Angela Merkel says the burka should be banned in Germany, quote, wherever it is legally possible. She also toughened her stance on refugees, and she made the statements while bidding for a fourth term as chancellor at her ruling CDU party conference. We can get now more on this from our correspondent in Berlin, Peter Oliver. Hello there, Peter. So what can this change of rhetoric actually mean?
Well, Angela Merkel has now been confirmed as the Christian Democratic Union Party's candidate for the 2017 federal elections here in Germany. She picked up 89.5% of the vote at her party conference. It's the second lowest that she has picked up since she first held the role back in the year 2000. The lowest was 88.4% way back in 2004. If we compare to 2014, which was the last time she stood for election as the chairperson of the party, well, she picked up 96.7% there. So it is a drop, and all importantly, it's a drop below the 90% threshold. That was seen as the all-important mark to get over here in Germany. But the vote to elect her to that role as chairperson of the party came after a long speech by Angela Merkel, certainly long by her standards, just over an hour in length, in which we saw her change tack on a number of issues, particularly when it came to whether we could see a burka ban, a ban on the full Islamic face veil here in Germany.
The full-body veil must be banned in our country wherever it is legally possible. We guarantee that Islam can be practiced freely in Germany.
Well, the Chancellor also spoke about the influx of refugees and migrants that arrived here in Germany in summer of 2015, saying that that couldn't happen and shouldn't happen again. Again, in very stark contrast to the type of wording, the type of phrasing we've heard her use in the past.
Those who flee misery, war, and oppression should be accepted, whether we want to or not.
Well, this conference was taking place in the city of Essen, and way back in the year 2000, it was in Essen that she was first elected to the role of leader of the CDU. Interestingly, Essen is another city that has one of the cities that has the highest rate of unemployment, and it seems that she has shifted a little bit towards the right of the party. She's going for this fourth term. It's going to be a really tough task to get that fourth term. She's under fire from the right of the political spectrum here in Germany and also from the left. But what we're going to have to keep an eye on is whether this change in rhetoric will be enough, because across Europe we've seen populists taking a pounding in the polls. Sorry, I beg your pardon, we've seen the establishment taking a pounding in the polls, with populists actually winning there. And they don't come much more establishment than Angela Merkel. So we'll have to see if she does enough by changing this tack to see if she gets that fourth term in 2017.
Well, certainly, Peter, it'll be interesting to see what sort of reaction in Germany will be to what you just heard today, and we'll be talking about it, I'm sure, in the days to come. But in the meantime, we can cross to Maximilian Krah, a member of the Alternative for Germany party and formerly a politician in Merkel's CDU party. Thanks so much, Maximilian, for joining us here on RT International. So what a surprising turn then in Merkel's rhetoric. Are you surprised at all? What do you make of this change?
Is that okay? Or when?
Hello. I watched the speech, and I don't think that she will change anything. So she has her agenda, and she will follow the agenda. And that means she is going to the center, and she thinks that she will win again, either with the Social Democrats or with the Greens or with both together. And I think this will happen. So there is no change at all, but the opposition is too weak to change the situation.
Well, it seems, though, judging by what she said, that she might be changing not just the rhetoric, not just the words, but some action. But how hopeful are you? I mean, do you think it's just words and it's not going to go beyond that?
I mean, if you follow her speeches over a long time, and as I was a former member of her party, and I had to listen to more than one speech, then you always have to distinguish between her talk and her action. And I didn't find any very precise and very detailed word in her speech what she wants to change. So it's a very general. So she speaks that everyone can interpret the speech in the way he wants and he wishes. I mean, she's very undetailed, and so I didn't find anything where I would say, okay, she wants to change something to the right or to the left. I think she will promise a lot to all sides, but at the end, she will remain who she is.
Well, you know, some may think that what she said today, and she said that she's calling for a ban on the Muslim burqa as well as putting limits on migrants, that may resonate with some people in Germany and, in fact, win her some support. You know, given the ratings that are dropping and her popularity that is dropping, do you think that will be the case? Do you think that will help her to improve her popularity numbers?
It was very interesting that she got the most applauding during her speech for exactly the sentence with the burqa. But when you listen carefully, she told she wants to have a partial ban as far as it is legal possible. So at the end, she didn't say, we will ban burqa. She said she would prefer it, but without any concrete actions. There were nothing. It was just that she would wish to have it, but under the condition that it's legally possible. But the truth is, if she want to have it, she could do it now. So the point is, she spoke about such a legal ban or partial ban of burqa, but without any action, she wants to set in progress. So if you listen, so it can mean, okay, I want it, but it's legally impossible. It can mean, okay, we will do it in public spaces or in public buildings. You don't know what she really wants. It's just a placebo to those within the party who want to have a stricter law enforcement towards the immigration population. I don't think that Germany will see a burqa ban, and even if it will be a very, very limited burqa ban, which will not satisfy those who are critical towards her and her policy.
Well, certainly, as they say, only time will tell whether she'll follow up on her words. And as some analysts say, there's a tough road ahead of Angela Merkel. But just stepping aside from what she said today, you know, we are witnessing the rise of anti-establishment figures across the West, from Donald Trump in the U.S., for example, to Geert Wilders in the Netherlands, Marine Le Pen in France, and in Germany itself, you have Frauke Petry. So do you think Petry can beat Merkel?
She can't beat her in 2017, except there will something very crucial happen. So this is not what we can expect. And maybe at first to say it's anti-establishment, if you look to the CV of Frauke Petry, it's hard to say that she is anti-establishment if you look at her biography. So she's just not part of the political game as it is in Germany. We have rising opposition towards Merkel. And if you look at the surveys, then about 30 to 50% agree to positions the AfD holds. But in the surveys, which party you want to vote, it's about 15 to 20%. What means that the AfD has a long way to earn trust of those who agree with her in political positions. And the election of 2017 will see the establishment of AfD as a political player in Berlin. But it won't see a Chancellor Petry. This is very unrealistic.
All right, Maximilian, thanks so much for talking to us. And certainly it'll be interesting to watch the developments in Germany and the reaction to what Angela Merkel said today. Maximilian Krah, member of the Alternative for Germany Party, talking to us here on RT International.